Okay, so now we've gone through, we've done our health underwriting, and they, if they don't accept us, then can we go to another company and see if they will?
Not typically. Usually if it's a decline, it's for something really major. You know,
Okay.
you've had a serious health history.
So if you're declined,
you're still dealing with, you know, let's say you have had a really major break and are still in physical therapy and on painkillers and things like that, an insurance company is going to be like, whoa.
Okay.
There's a couple of different things. There's, Colorado has a state-mandated program called Cover Colorado that accepts everyone.
Okay.
The rates are slightly higher because of that.
Sure.
But it is a great alternative if, you know, people are dealing with something at the very current moment and have to have insurance. Also, on a group level, if you are laid off, you can continue your coverage. It's called COBRA.
Right, COBRA.
COBRA continuation. There's a lot of speculation around that. People think COBRA is the actual plan. Like, I'm going on COBRA. Well, it's basically just the continuation of your group coverage. It is expensive because you're now paying the group premium.
Right.
But if it's the only way.
Okay. So, so we went down this path and we did the whole health history, and they did the underwriting. They came back and for, you know, example one, they say no. We're like, oh crap.
Yeah.
So now we have to go to Cover Colorado, basically. If you,
or get an employer with coverage.
Or get an employer with coverage. Okay, there you go. So change your profession.
Or yell at your boss.
Or yeah, there you go. So then, okay, if they do come back and they say, okay, well, you know, we're going to cover you. Now you have to look at, when you were talking before about all the different rates, all the things you talk to, and this is where most of the people I am in conversations with, it gets muddy, is when you start talking about premium.
Sure.
You start talking about copay, you talked about deductible, you talked about co-insurance, and there are all these terms out there.
It's like a foreign language.
It is like a foreign language, and I've tried reading the contracts, and
don't hurt yourself.
And my eyes popped out of my head and blinked profusely.
It is boring.
It is, intentionally,
but
I think.
important.
Yes. So, let's start with the first thing. When you go in to buy health insurance, what you're going in to buy is a health insurance. I know you're signing a contract, but it's a policy, right?
Yep.
So you get a health insurance policy.
Yep.
And you sign a contract. And the premium is?
Your monthly cost.
Your monthly cost. Okay.
Health insurance is almost always monthly.
Monthly, okay. So you have your monthly premium, and then what are all these other things that I'm having to pay for? I don't understand. Why am I paying a premium and then paying all what?
So a copay isn't always in every plan, but the majority of plans have what we call a copay, which is what you pay when you go to an office visit. Whether it's regular doctor or specialist, that's your copay price. So you're going to pay $30 or $40 to see the doctor. The majority of that's done in that office visit is covered under that copay price.
Okay.
Some plans also have copays for hospital, or an ER visit could be a $100 copay. Certain plans I sell, there's a copay for an ambulance ride. So there's a lot of embedded copays within the plan.
Why are there copays?
Because a lot of the time the deductible is thousands, that a $100 copay or a $30 copay for an office visit seems a lot more feasible. So the copay just makes it a little bit easier for somebody. Okay, I'm sick. Am I going to be subject to $5,000? Which is the deductible, which is most of the plans that I sell. The deductible is going to be for something catastrophic. You've been admitted to the hospital. You need a surgery. My mom just had a $35,000 surgery. It was $5,000. So, that your deductible is what you're responsible for on something very catastrophic.
Okay, so that was deductible. Deductible is, let's back up. The premium is what you pay monthly.
Yep.
The copay is how much you pay for an office visit. Or there can be copays on many different things.
Sure. It's kind of an a la carte type.
And what that does is that keeps you from having to pay the deductible amount.
Right.
My natural question, and this is not for you, it would be more for the insurance company, is why isn't that covered under my premium? But
what?
The copay.
Yeah.
I pay, I know how much I pay. I'm not going to share here, but what would you say is it? I know you know how much would you say is the average? Just an estimate. Would you say like $150 for a young person per month?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty average. I can get it all the way down to the less your premium, the higher your deductible.
Right. come back to that. So if my premium is $150 per month, why do I have to pay more when I go to the doctor's visit? Why isn't that covered in my...
Because your average doctor's visit can be $300 to $500, so to pay a $30 or $40 copay, that's kind of your, the company is doing what they call a negotiated rate. So they have, when you use an in-network, which is probably something good to cover, an in-network doctor would mean your doctor is contracted with your insurance company. So they negotiate rates, and you get a, you know, you're going to get that copay price because the doctor and the insurance company have an agreement.
Okay. All right, so I've got a copay that is $40 or $30 to go to the doctor, and then we started talking about deductible, and the deductible is what?
The deductible is going to be what you're subject to on something more of a catastrophic surgery or a hospital event.
Okay, so let's...
something of that nature.
Let's say, for instance, that I go to the emergency room, and I have